Okay, I'd like to start working on the Chum Kiu form. We've already done Silum Dao form. Chum Kiu form brings some of the elements of the Silum Dao form into it. As we talked about the Silum Dao form being dynamic tension or engaged energy, where my whole physiology is trying to continually remain engaged with the form. This sort of lends itself to the philosophy that if I can connect with each or engage with each part of my physiology, it just allows me to bring everything to the game when I'm in that battle scenario, so that my entire physiology is brought to play, rather than something being switched off or disengaged and not supporting me in my efforts to survive or win. So what we want to do then is transfer some of that energy and dynamic tension and then apply it into a form that allows us to move. Okay? And as I've said before, you cannot fight in these stylized patterns continuously. You will see fractions of them in various combat scenarios. But that doesn't give them less merit, because if you know that it's a series of movements that can be interchanged, much like an alphabet, then you can discard the concept of seeing it from a start to finish and just seeing it as a sum of its parts. And that any part can be interchanged. The wooden dummy is very much like that. People look at the wooden dummy and they kind of see 10 sets of 10 and 1 set of 8. Really, it's 108 movements, and they are all interchangeable within reason. There are a lot of movements that repeat themselves, just as there are in any form. But when you look at them in their singular sense, they can be interchanged with various other parts, from the wooden dummy, the swords, the grappling, the chi sao, whatever. And that's how you find your game. It's not all about chi sao, it's not all about Silum Dao form, it's not all about the wooden dummy, it's all of those things and none of those things. So we just sort of have to let go of the pattern sometimes. But that's the easiest way we remember information. We compartmentalize things. We put things into patterns to make it easier to take ownership of it. But then once that's occurred, we have to be able to unlock it and basically break it back down to some of its parts so that we can start to play with it. I'll run through the form in medium pace so you can see fairly clearly what I'm going to do, and then Rob's going to run through the form in slow motion, and I'm going to detail it with him. Okay, Chum Kiu.